right.
All right. Take one. Okay.
Let's start the show.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, people. Welcome to Erin and Clinton's. I had to think for a second what we're even calling the show. Since
This is the first show.
We just decided about 5 minutes ago what to call the show. So it's going to be Erin and Clinton's movie review, and we're going to be reviewing movies, obviously. The first one we picked, as you can see from the title, is The Big Lebowski, one of my favorite movies. One of your favorites?
Close. Probably one of my top
100?
50.
Top 50?
Top 50.
I'd say it's one of my top 20.
Yeah.
So I liked it a little bit better than her, but we still loved it. Lots of funny scenes.
I think it's all the scenes that makes it so funny, and not the movie as a whole is funny, but there's certain scenes that are just classic.
And that's kind of the whole point of that movie is I think you were telling me there when you were kind of doing a little research on it that people were complaining that there wasn't really not a plot line, a theme so much. Yeah, it was just kind of
they're looking for a meaning in the movie, and there really isn't.
Not supposed to be a huge movie.
And
even
the Coen brothers, the directors, they even said the whole movie wasn't supposed to have that kind of like a meaning. It was supposed to just be entertainment, pure entertainment.
And the Coen brothers, if you don't, I'm sure you do know if you clicked on this, but they've got so many great. What are some of the? You looked up some of the movies they've done,
like Fargo, No Country for Old Men.
Love that one.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The Hudsucker Proxy.
And one of my other favorites.
And the newest version of True Grit, 2010,
which I still need to see. I've heard bad things about it but
we haven't seen it, so we can't.
I know the original True Grit is my dad's favorite movie of all time, John Wayne, and so I probably watched that movie 20 times when I was a kid growing up with him. Yeah. And I hated it at first when I was really young because it was boring, but as I got older, I really appreciated it. So I still got to watch the new one. But anyways, so the Coen brothers did this movie. It was 1998 is when the release date was. It came out. And we want to make a little disclaimer before we actually get going too far here. Is this is for entertainment purposes. These are our opinions, and there are facts and there are real information in here, but these are ultimately our opinions. Yeah,
so if you're in any way offended by whatever we say, just remember it's entertainment. We're not doing it to make anybody mad. We're just doing it because we think it's fun, and we hope that you think it's fun as well.
We don't really care if you get mad, but the point is if you do, oh well. So
maybe don't email us with your aggression, because it'll go.
But you can
unheard.
comment down below and say whatever the heck you want. We're not gonna, unless it's death threats or something like that. Yeah. We'll put whatever everyone says, and they're bad or good. Yeah. So we're not worried about that.
We don't delete comments.
Go ahead and give us your opinion. But this is just to be fun and talk about one of our favorite movies. And that's what we plan to do is talk about all of our favorite movies when we do this. I know we're already planning our next one, which is going to be A Christmas Story, one of my favorite movies since we're in December here. So it'll be
perfect timing for Christmas.
Yeah. So. So we said it was released in 1998. We went through some of it. And also, too, what's crazy, I got to give my wife credit here. By the way, do we even introduce ourselves?
No.
We said Erin and Clinton's movie review, so obviously Erin and Clinton.
So I'm Clinton.
This is Clinton. I'm Erin. No, Erin and Clinton here, obviously. And that's our name, so.
Yes.
So anyways, so you went through some of the movies the Coen brothers have done, and they like to use some of the same actors in their movies together, like Jeff Daniels and John Goodman. What's some of the movies other movies they were together in?
Well, like John Goodman, he played in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Which I still haven't seen.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi, thank you. I cannot say his name for the life of me. He played in Fargo. John Turturro, who played Jesus in this movie. He also played in Miller's Crossing, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Barton Fink. I have a little thing that you can see up here of all the different characters that each one of those three played in, and even Jeff Bridges. Excuse me. Jeff Bridges. He played in...
Sorry to cut it off. I always, and I know a lot of people do this, I always get Jeff Bridges and Jeff Daniels mixed up. So it is Jeff Bridges on this movie, not Jeff Daniels.
It's written right here.
It's like Bill Paxton and Bill Pullman. You always get those two mixed up.
Bill Pullman, yeah, me too.
Who actually just, one of them just recently passed away not too long ago.
Bill Pullman, I think.
I think so. The one that was in Twister.
Bill Paxton,
yeah. So that's sad.
Or Pullman.
But anyways.
But even Jeff Bridges, he played in the newer version of True Grit. So I mean, they tend to do a recurring. Even Julianne Moore, who played Maude in this movie, she's playing in their newest thing called, I think it's Suburbia or Suburbia.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that.
It's a TV show
That looks
with
good,
Matt Damon. So.
Oh, he's in it? I don't want to see it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but so they've done a lot of movies. The Coen brothers are just, they've got a really wacky sense of humor.
Yes.
So their movies aren't all meant to be,
I think,
get a great message out of it. It's supposed to be for fun.
Fun. I think they're like today's modern day Grimm brothers. You know, like they did a lot of like really kind of creepy movies or not movies, but they did a lot of creepy stories that became creepy movies. But they really just had like a kind of a twisted sense of storytelling, and I think that the Coen brothers have the same kind of
totally agree.
Yeah.
So for those of you, and another little disclaimer here, there's obviously going to be spoiler alerts in every single one we do. So if you haven't seen the movie and you're one of those people that get worried about spoiler alerts, get prepared. There's going to be spoiler alerts. We're going to be talking about the movie, obviously. So
I really do hope you've seen this movie. But if you haven't
seen it by now, well, then you're late to the game.
Like again, 1998. That's.
Then again, I just said I hadn't seen Old Brother, We're Out There, so how late am I? So yeah.
That's true. I don't even know when that movie came out.
So to give you a quick movie plot thing, she's got something written down here. So the dude, which is Jeff Lebowski, Jeff Bridges plays the character Jeff Lebowski, but he just goes by the dude. And that's where the mistaken identity comes in. He gets mixed up with another Jeff Lebowski.
A millionaire, yeah.
The dude, Jeff Lebowski, is mistaken for millionaire Jeffrey Lebowski, who owns... I'm sorry, it's a little bit far away. Who owes someone a ton of money? These darn glasses. You know what? It's his glasses. We're trying to look somewhat like the characters, obviously. God damn it, Donnie.
You're out of your element. You're out of your element.
I am out of my element. We're both out of our element here. But I'm going to put these off for a second so I actually can read this here. So the movie plot, the dude, the real Jeff Lebowski, is mistaken for millionaire Jeffrey Lebowski, who owes someone a ton of money. The thugs attack him in his home and pee on his rug, which is a great scene. And once the thugs realize they have the wrong guy, they leave. I want to get that scene up about the peeing. So we're going to show you real quick. We're going to show you a couple little clips of our favorite scenes and everything. So this is the one.
The peeing rug scene.
We're not going to show you the whole scenes of any of these things. Just real quick few seconds of each scene so you get the point. But this is one of the funniest scenes here.
All right.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh.
Not on the rug, man.
Not on the rug, man. I love the little pause there.
You see what happens?
Nobody calls me Lebowski.
I love the little pause there. Not on the rug, man. The sound, you can tell that they got the microphones nice enough close to that sound.
Yes, because it is very graphic.
Disgusting.
Oh, it sounds awful.
But anyway, so that's kind of the plot there. There's that's the whole plot. That's it. That's the whole plot
just
right
being
there.
on the rug, and then the movie ended, and we were like, what?
So they leave. The dude is not satisfied with being alive and having a rug that's now peed on. So he confides in his buddies while bowling, who tell him he needs to get his money back for the rug that really ties the room together. And we'll take a look at that scene too.
This one's good too.
This was
Yeah, man, it really tied the room together.
this was a valued.
Tied the room together, dude?
My rug.
Were you listening to the dude's story, Don? Were you listening to the dude's story?
That's another thing too. John Goodman, who plays the character Walter, and then Steve Buscemi, who plays Donnie. Throughout the whole movie, is God damn it, Donnie! He just gets mad at Donnie the whole time.
So mad.
And Donnie's like the sweetest guy. He
barely says anything.
Wouldn't hurt a fly in there, but yet Walter seems to freaking go crazy on him throughout the whole movie, which is absolutely a whole other side thing that's absolutely hilarious.
Yes.
But anyway, so the room ties together. This leads the dude and his buddy Walter in a series of mishaps and crazy characters like the nihilist and Maud and just all the crazy people they end up meeting throughout the movie. And yes, there are nihilists in here who Walter hates. Fucking nihilist. But I forgot where we're going from here.
So we were gonna just show a couple of our favorite scenes of the movie. Just little tidbits here that we just think are just hilarious and that just tie the room together and tie the movie together.
Some of the classic lines, like what was the one? Like when he says, "That's just your opinion, man." Let's show that one. Right? This is one of my favorite scenes here too.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Greatest comeback of all time, right there. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. Oh, this is definitely a stoner movie for sure.
Totally is.
Which obviously the dude's a huge stoner in this movie, but
yes, he is.
That is. If you're not a stoner, it makes you want to become one because it's just so funny watching him do that.
How casual he is throughout this like chaotic world that he's living in. So the next scene is another character that they run into who is actually Jeffrey Lebowski, the millionaire that they, he is a,
quadriplegic? Or, no, I don't think he's crippled.
in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair. He's crippled, or and you know, he can't walk and all that kind of stuff. And this next scene is one of our favorite ones in there too. This is where Walter gets pissed off because he's pissed off about the whole thing, obviously, and he's the one helping dude. Help in quotes because he ends up making things worse a lot of the times, but he doesn't believe that what's the old guy's name? Do you remember what his name was?
Jeffrey Lebowski.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, we
have some more of your white Russian, shall
let me have a little white Russian here. Is that right?
Yeah, that's good.
There's none on my mustache.
Not enough. Not enough.
No, I need more on there?
Yeah, it needs to be covered. There you go. There you go.
It's like the scene. There's a scene there I don't think we got that scene.
Every time he drinks a white Russian.
It gets all over his mustache there.
So gross looking.
But anyways, the real Jeffrey Lebowski, Walter doesn't believe he can walk, and this is what he does about it.
Yeah.
And this guy's a fake. A f***ing gold burger.
Stay away from me, mister!
This guy f***ing walks. I've never been more certain of anything in my life.
You stay away from me! Walter, for Christ's sake, man, he's a cripple!
Never more certain of anything in my life.
Oh, jeez.
Put him down, man!
You're the crack.
Put him down, dude!
And he just flops to the ground like a dead fish.
It's like, oh, whoops.
Oh my god. That's a classic scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in there. This movie has got, I mean, we'd have to just show you the whole movie to show you all the scenes. It's just from start to beginning, there's just classic scenes in it.
So many scenes.
What's another good scene that comes to your mind there? What was one we had? I think we had some other.
Scene,
that's a good one.
That one's really funny.
We're trying to go off of memory. We did write this stuff down, but we're also trying to go off of memory
my
here
handwriting
too.
is horrendous, so don't even.
I think our memory works better than her handwriting. But.
Yeah, left-handed people in the air.
Right-handed.
I accept your apology. No, I just want to handle it by myself from now on.
I love how he puts a barrette back in his hair like that.
Yeah, to hold it back. I love how like there's only 1 or 2 nails fully in the board. The rest are all bent over.
He has no idea how to do anything.
He's horrible at nailing anything.
I mean, how many nails do you possibly need to put a board in your floor?
That's another thing too. Well, I guess if you only get them halfway in, you need more than twice as many as you would think, right?
I guess so. Cool.
Walter, you're right. There is an unspoken message here. It's you.
Ooh.
Leave me the alone.
Ooh.
2 F-bombs, that one.
A lot of cussing. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I'll be in practice.
I'll see you at practice.
All right. Board nice and sturdy.
Keeping the door from opening.
Good to go. Nothing to worry about.
All right. Oh, yeah. Put that chair there.
Get the chair there. A little extra protection.
Good to go. Love those pants.
Definitely, yeah. Those are killer pants right there.
And the door goes outwards.
Pin your diapers on the got the tree horn on.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
That's like I said. He was a stoner. He can't remember his door opens outwards, which
He's probably gone out that door 100 times, but had.
which is funny because that's what's good about being creative when you write things. Obviously, doors never swing outwards on front doors. They always swing inwards, but.
Yes.
You know, for the scene, they just said, "Oh, we'll just make it swing outwards," and therefore it was funny. And who cares if it doesn't normally happen? You go with the scene, and it's absolutely hilarious. So that was one of my favorite scenes right there because you just don't even think about it when you're watching it. Wait, don't doors swing open towards the outside? You don't even think about it.
Yeah,
so.
you don't think it goes that way
until it opens, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's."
It's a different way. Okay. So this next scene is it's got to be my number one favorite scene.
This is a great scene.
It's the best scene, and as spoiler alert. Donnie does die.
Donnie does die.
He dies in this movie.
Which is sad because he's of course, the sweetest guy in the movie that you just, the only one you really truly just feel like is a good guy in the movie.
Yes.
Or the best guy of the movie.
He has nothing to do with any of this, but yet he's the only casualty in this movie. So this is the scene where they're kind of like remembering him and they've put him into ashes.
They've cremated him. He's in an urn, ashes.
Yes.
No,
he's not in an urn.
That's right. He got Walter.
The most modestly priced urn.
What's your most modestly? This is our most modestly priced urn,
that
sir.
That was like $150 or something like that.
So obviously Walter wasn't having that. So you'll see what they use for an urn here, and this is the ashes scene.
In your wisdom, Lord, you took him. As you took so many bright, flowering young men, the Jason, the Londa.
Lebowski starts looking at him like, wait.
He's obviously a Vietnam vet who kind of got some PSD there, a little gun nutty.
PCSD?
PSTD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD. There we go.
PTSD. There's the
There's the urn.
urn.
A little more reasonably priced urn there.
In accordance with what we think your dying wishes might well have been,
He does talk a
we
bit
commit
here.
your final mortal remains.
Yeah, sorry if we jump cut a little bit here for copyright purposes. We don't want to show too long of a scene here.
Yeah.
Which you love so well.
We would love to show this whole scene because it's hilarious, but this is the best part.
Good night, sweet prince.
Space. Come on. Type it out.
Dude, I'm sorry. Goddamn win.
Damn it, Walter.
Damn it, Walter. Well, all that Vietnam.
He just went off in a tangent and nothing to do with Donnie. I freaking love it.
Oh my god. Another great scene. So, yeah, I guess we're not talking about the movie as much. We got some other facts a little bit here at the end, but right now we're just kind of going through some of our favorite scenes here. So,
This is the last scene, the cussing scene.
Oh, okay. So we were talking about how this movie they cuss quite a bit, and the narrator to the movie is Samuel Elliott. I can't remember the stranger. I think they just call him.
They call him the stranger. Yeah,
in the
he
movie.
doesn't have a name.
Doesn't have a name. Samuel Elliott, who's got that classic voice that everyone knows and loves. You know, Currs. You know, and got to drink your Currs, and just a great voice. Anyways, he narrates throughout the movie, and this is kind of towards the end of the movie, and he asks him about his cussing here.
So here we go.
You're just one thing, dude.
What's that?
You have to use so many cuss words.
What are you talking about?
Okay, dude.
Okay, dude. Such an obvious thing, you know. That joke's been done a million times. Someone says something about swearing, and they complain about it, and you swear back to them. Obviously, it's not. They're not breaking new ground there, but
No.
it's funny every time I see that in a movie or something like that. It's just one of those obvious jokes, but it's great every time.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that Jägermeister's kicking in a little bit.
I know.
It wasn't Jägermeister. It was just soda. We wouldn't drink on camera, so it was just soda. But that soda's kicking in right now.
This is not a White Russian.
And this is not really a White Russian.
chocolate
This is
milk.
just chocolate milk. It actually is chocolate milk. But anyways.
Yeah, White Russians are gross.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But so those were so some of the facts. Now this is kind of more where she'll be telling me because she told me a little bit about what she's doing there. Our couple
Not
of
all
notes
of
are
them.
interesting, but I kind of wanted to go into it fresh and see what she found out. So what did you find out, babe?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Walter. What did you find out, Walter?
Yes. Oh yeah. Should we say that you're dressed as the dude
Obviously,
and I'm dressed as
yeah,
Walter?
if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm wearing a robe. I got the glasses on.
I didn't have the right glasses.
We didn't have the actual hunting glasses.
This
and
thing is bugging the crap out of me.
should also tell you that we tried to put some of her extensions in my hair to give me a little bit longer. It just looked like I had a mullet going on.
Yes,
It looked like
it was a party in the back. It was a party in the
It's
back.
definitely a party in the back. Didn't work out. So this is our tribute.
Our laid
to
back
the,
version
very
of
lazy
of-
representation of the characters.
We're not gonna go buying props right now. I'm sorry, we're broke. Okay, so I did a few fun facts, things that you may not know about the movie, just like background stuff. One of the things I think is kind of interesting is the dude is actually in every single scene of the movie, even the one where the nihilists are in the diner and they're ordering pancakes. His van actually drives by in the background, and they actually did this on purpose. The
Coen
directors, they did it on purpose just to kind of like mess with people, just to see if like
See who
over
noticed it and
time,
stuff,
would somebody notice that he's in every single scene.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of
Those
interesting.
things it almost makes you want to go back and watch. Like, no way, let me watch. You know.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people did.
It doesn't mean he was in every frame of the movie. You know what I mean? But each time the camera went to a new scene, somehow he was in that scene. So, fun fact number 2.
Number 2, the dude is actually not the Big Lebowski. It's actually Jeffrey Lebowski, the millionaire. The dude. This is the funny part. Everybody thinks the Big Lebowski is the dude. The title of the movie is the dude, but it's actually the dude.
Jeffrey Lebowski is actually the Big Lebowski.
And even the dude, he actually refers to Jeffrey Lebowski in the movie as the Big Lebowski.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I
didn't
thought that
know
was
that
kind of cool. So the check, the 69-cent check that at the very beginning of the movie.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say the scene at the beginning of the movie when he's in the grocery store, he buys a little bit of milk, right?
Half and half. Mm-hmm.
Half and half or something.
For
and
his White Russians.
Yeah, and so what does he? And of course, how much was it? And he has to write a check for 69 cents.
69 cents. And he postdated the check a year and 1 month past the date that he's actually writing it. And the way you can actually find this out is George H.W. Bush, or is it W.H.?
No.
H.W. Bush made his speech, the famous "This aggression will not stand," in August of 1990. And the dude wrote his check for September 11th, 1991. So he actually wrote it a year and a month ahead of time because he's just that broke and he can't afford a 69-cent thing of half and half.
Yeah, and we'll get to that 9/11 part in a little bit there. That's because obviously,
if you noticed that, I said September 11th. Yeah,
wrote it 10 years to the date before that happened, and it was right before he was watching the George Bush scene, which is
there's a whole
got some
thing
conspiracy
about it.
nuts going a little bit crazy. Got me going a little bit nuts about that one. Going, what? Wait a minute, what? Let me look into that a little bit more. What's the next one?
Okay, the next one is Bunny's license plate reads Le Pen or Le Pen. I don't know. It's French.
We don't speak French. It's
French, and it stands for rabbit. Her name is Bunny, and her license plate says rabbit.
And we don't, and there's argument between the whole comparison to Alice in Wonderland and all that kind of stuff.
That's in my conspiracy thing.
Oh, okay. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that part too then.
Okay. Yeah, the dude never bowls during the movie. He's in the bowling alley.
Right.
He's sitting there with them. Donnie bowls, and even Walter bowls.
Jesus bowls, and we
all
never.
of them bowl. Except the dude never bowls.
How weird is that? He loves bowling, but you never see him bowl.
And even in his dream scene, because people are like, oh, he bowled in his dreams, but he didn't. Maud did.
Right.
He held her hand, but she bowled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh.
So yeah, he never bowls during the movie. So can he bowl? Who knows if he's good or not. So the last one, and this is actually 6 now if you're counting, if you're actually keeping track, but the F-bomb is used 292 times in this movie.
Told you to swear a lot.
More than Scarface, which is like one of the top F-bomb movies, I guess.
People always think of that movie for swearing.
Yes, because it is crazy, and that movie is psycho, but it's crazy good.
It's Scarface, actually.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said psycho. All right, anyways.
Dork. Have more of your drink. And also,
don't mind if I do.
The word dude was used 161 times, and the word man 147 times.
Man.
Well, that's like your opinion, man. Not on the rug, man. So yeah.
All right, so now my favorite part, the conspiracy parts.
Crazy conspiracies. That. Okay, so obviously we kind of discussed the one about the 9/11. Yep, the check. It was written exactly 10 years prior to the actual event of 9/11, and the news on the TV was actually George H.W. Bush talking about the war.
The Iraq War at that time, yeah.
The different war, but
talking about
war.
This aggression will not stand was all about Kuwait and Iraq going into Kuwait and all that kind of stuff.
So a lot of people thought that the Coen brothers had a little bit of an insight to 9/11,
which they obviously
which
no,
they
didn't.
did not.
I can't imagine
was just
if they did. They're like, yeah, we knew about it.
yeah, exactly. If they did, they'd be like, no. At the time, probably when they made the movie, the September 11th was just a day, just like anybody's birthday. It's just a day until you're born on it.
But at the same time, it's still really weird to be George Bush, then his son, and then the Iraq War is going on. I mean, it's. I can understand why people might pick at that one a little bit. That is definitely strange.
Yes, definitely. A lot of people thought that the Coen brothers took a liking to Alice in Wonderland.
Got inspiration from it for their story.
There's a lot of scenes in the movie where you're like, oh my gosh, like this person is the Mad Hatter, this person is this. It's kind of like the White Rabbit. Kind of like the whole entire time, they're chasing Bunny, who is the White Rabbit.
Her name is Bunny, and then the license plate, like we said before, which means Bunny or either Bunny or Rabbit in French, you know. Yep. So it's there's definitely some correlations.
And then like what is it? Not Humpty Dumpty, like the two thugs.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, the two thugs were Tweedledee and Tweedledum because they kind of play off of each other.
And they're both like dummies, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're big tough guys, but they're dummies.
Right?
They're actually we don't really go into it too much here, but you can just type it in and look on YouTube, and you'll see some people that will really break it down for you if you want to see some people's opinion.
They'll show scenes and everything. It's pretty great. And then also the last thing, the Coen brothers used a prop from the Truman Capote TV movie In Cold Blood. The picture of the farmhouse, Bunny's farmhouse, when the private eye was showing the dude, the picture of Bunny in her, I guess it's her cheerleading outfit, and the picture of the farm. The farm was actually a prop from the TV movie of the farm where the In Cold Blood happened. And
of course, Philip Seymour Hoffman ends up playing Capote a few years later in the movie.
Yes.
You might remember that. And another great actor. God bless him, gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty interesting. There's a lot of different little connections there.
Yeah. So obviously, the Coen brothers never said anything about the In Cold Blood picture or anything like that. I mean, it was a TV movie. It wasn't one of the main. There is an In Cold Blood actual movie that came out a few later, and then Capote that came out later, and neither one of them had that picture. So I couldn't find the picture. That's why I'm saying it's in the conspiracy thing, because I could not physically find it in the TV movie because that TV movie was made so long ago.
She physically drove from town to town looking for it for days. She took time off of work. It was nuts.
He's a liar. But anyway. So,
what does that have to do with this?
So yeah, those are my little conspiracy things that I thought were pretty interesting.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
So should we rate the movie? So we should rate the movie, right? We're gonna do out of most people do stars. 5 stars. We're not gonna do stars. That's what everyone does. It will be something to do with each movie we do. So we're gonna do out of 5 Lebowski heads. So out of the 5 Lebowski heads, I'm gonna give it 4, not 5. To get 5 Lebowski heads, it'd have to be almost a perfect movie, and it was close. One of my favorites, but not perfect. There's some parts that were boring, or I think could have done without, or went a different direction. But all in all, I'm going to give it 4 Lebowski heads out of 5. What do you give it?
I give it 3.
I had a feeling. 3
Lebowski heads, and that's only because I feel like the dream scene just kind of took me out of the whole thing. I was in it all the way up until then, and then I felt like, why?
I agree.
Like, where did this go with this? So it really did knock it down a peg. And like you said, I can't rate really anything of 5 unless I find it like 100% perfect on the level with how I feel about a movie.
Right.
There are a few out there, but not many. And
we'll get to those eventually, but a 5 out of 5 is going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one. And I don't even think we're going to agree on what I think is a 5 and what you think is a 5.
I'm sure we're not.
Yeah.
I mean, your favorite movie on the Tuscan Sun is still never...
It is not my favorite movie.
I swear when we were first together like 10 years ago, she told me that was her favorite movie.
No, I did not.
And to this day, she still says she never said that. But I swear she told me that one time.
I was reading the book Under a Tuscan Sun, and that they made a movie of it, and somehow he thought... That's her favorite movie. I was like, no, not at all. Not at all.
She said it was her favorite.
No, I did not. Lies.
And for some reason, I can still see the cover, her leaning over on the porch, right? Isn't she like leaning over the porch? Yeah,
no, it's like a window or something.
Or something, yeah. I can still see that thing in my head, and even though I've never watched it, but...
I barely remember that movie.
No, so anyways, but we'll eventually do some of our... Well, these are all our favorite movies, and
yes.
we'll eventually get to some 5 out of 5s, but we'll just... play it by ear. And of course, if you have any suggestions, anything you want us to review, new or old, whatever it is, let us know. Even if it's stuff out in the movie theaters, and if we get enough people requesting it, we'll
go to the movies.
We'll fork over the $10-12 and then $100 for the food and popcorn. Yeah, $10-12 for the ticket, then another $100 for the food and popcorn.
Yeah, seriously.
And we'll go ahead and fork that over and go check it out. So I think that was it.
Yeah,
well,
that's
awesome, baby. This was our first one. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Erin and Marie's.
Aaron and Marie's. Okay.
Aaron and Marie's, that darn soda, man. It's I'm feeling that soda from a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Good there.
Aaron and Clinton's movie review. I'll get this by the 10th one, I'm sure.
Yes.
This is our first episode, The Big Lebowski, one of our favorite movies, and thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
See you next time. Oh, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
What the? Were you not wearing pants this whole entire time?
What do you want me to do? It was hot.
It was not that hot. I'm wearing a sweatshirt.